Has Hollywood really shut down? The actors and writers unions are striking simultaneously for the first time in more than 60 years, causing major movies and shows to halt production, from anticipated sequels, including Deadpool 3 and Beetlejuice 2, to TV hits Stranger Things and Cobra Kai. Fans will likely have to wait longer than expected for their big and small screen faves. The third Deadpool movie is widely considered to be the biggest project affected by the actors' strike. Originally due out in May 2024, filming has paused as returning star Ryan Reynolds is set to team up with longtime pal Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Jennifer Garner's reported return as Elektra. Production is also reportedly paused on Tim Burton's long-awaited follow-up to 1988's Beetlejuice with Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder. Wednesday star Jenna Ortega has joined the franchise as the daughter of Winona's character Lydia Dietz. Another major sequel that's been delayed is Gladiator 2, with stars Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, and Denzel Washington, all part of the star-studded cast of director Ridley Scott's action-packed epic. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 is currently at the top of the box office, but Part 2 of the big-budget thrill ride has reportedly hit the brakes on filming its final sequences and won't resume production after a planned hiatus. Star and producer Tom Cruise is said to have made a surprise appearance during a negotiation meeting between SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP ahead of the strike. The adaptation of Broadway hit Wicked, starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, also shut down filming with just 10 days to go. Composer Stephen Schwartz told Variety that the strike's timing was, quote, frustrating, but that he stands in solidarity with SAG-AFTRA and the WGA. On the TV side, the writer's room for acclaimed sitcom Abbott Elementary went dark amid the WGA walkout. The show is currently up for multiple Emmys, including Best Comedy Series, in addition to acting nods for stars Quinta Brunson, Janelle James, Tyler James Williams, and Cheryl Lee Ralph. And Yellow Jackets co-creator Ashley Lyle tweeted in May that work on the Showtime series' third season was in limbo until the WGA gets, quote, a fair deal, adding that she and her fellow writers are, quote, excited to get back to it. Stranger Things creators the Duffer Brothers also spoke out after the WGA strike, confirming on Twitter that production on the Netflix hit's fifth and likely final season has been pushed back until the union reaches a deal with studios. Cobra Kai found itself in a similar situation as showrunner Josh Hurwitz announced on social media that the WGA strike was, quote, unfortunately necessary, and that it was, quote, pencils down in the series writer's room, adding, quote, the moment a fair deal is in place, we'll get back to kicking ass. And it seems Star Wars fans won't get more Andor, at least for now, with showrunner Tony Gilroy telling Variety that all writing and non-writing work was, quote, ceased as the WGA voted to strike. The second season had been filming in the UK. SAG-AFTRA members hit the picket lines on July 14th after failed negotiations with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. The WGA stopped work back in May. Both unions are taking a stand on a range of issues, including AI use and streaming residuals. Actors are also not permitted to promote their film and television projects during the strike, which meant the A-list cast of Oppenheimer walked out of the movie's London premiere as the SAG-AFTRA strike became official, and stars including Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, and Florence Pugh explained on the red carpet why they were leaving the event in solidarity with their fellow artists.
Premieres aren't just for us to turn up. Premieres are for the crew, and they are also for every single person that can or can't be here to see that their work is being acknowledged and praised. It's a huge deal for me to be here. It's also a huge deal for me to be in lockstep with all of my peers in my guild and every other guild that matters. Both can matter at the same time. But yeah, I'm glad that we got to honor this movie in the way that we could before.
Well, I think we are in this situation, and we've just got to embrace the situation that we're in, and I hope everyone gets what they want. I really do.
Well, yeah, we wanted to come out and talk about it because we're really proud of it, and we worked really hard on it, and we wanted to, everything was all set up, so we said, well, let's just do it, and then if they call a strike, we'll go home.
Union President Fran Drescher also made headlines for a fiery speech at the strike's launch, explaining why she felt the Guild was given no other choice.
We have a problem, and we are experiencing that right at this moment. This is a very seminal hour for us. I went in earnest, thinking that we would be able to avert a strike. The gravity of this move is not lost on me or our negotiating committee or our board members who have voted unanimously to proceed with a strike. It's a very serious thing that impacts thousands, if not millions of people all across this country and around the world. Not only members of this union, but people who work in other industries that service the people that work in this industry. And so it came with great sadness that we came to this crossroads, but we had no choice. We are the victims here. We are being victimized by a very greedy entity. I am shocked by the way the people that we have been in business with are treating us. I cannot believe it, quite frankly. How far apart we are on so many things. How they plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right when giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs. It is disgusting. Shame on them. They stand on the wrong side of history at this very moment. We stand in solidarity, in unprecedented unity. Our union and our sister unions and the unions around the world are standing by us, as well as other labor unions. Because at some point, the jig is up. You cannot keep being dwindled and marginalized and disrespected and dishonored. The entire business model has been changed by streaming, digital, AI. This is a moment of history that is a moment of truth. If we don't stand tall right now, we are all going to be in trouble. We are all going to be in jeopardy of being replaced by machines and big business. Who cares more about Wall Street than you and your family? Most of Americans don't have more than $500 in an emergency. This is a very big deal, and it weighed heavy on us. But at some point, you have to say, no, we're not going to take this anymore. You people are crazy. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Privately, they all say we're the center of the wheel. Everybody else tinkers around our artistry. But actions speak louder than words. And there was nothing there. It was insulting. So we came together in strength and solidarity and unity with the largest strike authorization vote in our union's history. And we made the hard decision that we tell you as we stand before you today. This is major. It's really serious, and it's going to impact every single person that is in labor. We are fortunate enough to be in a country right now that happens to be labor friendly. And yet, we were facing opposition that was so labor unfriendly, so tone deaf to what we are saying. You cannot change the business model as much as it has changed and not expect the contract to change too. We're not going to keep doing incremental changes on a contract that no longer honors what is happening right now with this business model that was foisted upon us. What are we doing? Moving around furniture on the Titanic? It's crazy. So the jig is up, AMPTP. We stand tall. You have to wake up and smell the coffee. We are labor, and we stand tall, and we demand respect and to be honored for our contribution. You share the wealth because you cannot exist without us. Thank you.